Hi, I'm Justin Petty, and welcome to the overview for AP Psychology, exploring the mind and behavior through social science. A little background for me. I attended the University of Evansville, played basketball, four-year varsity letter winner. There I earned my Bachelor of Science in Social Studies education with a focus in history, sociology, and psychology. I've been able to intern in nursing homes, jails, inpatient mental health facilities for both adults and children, and this has certainly informed some interesting stories, perspectives that I share within the course. I also teach sports psychology here, and I'm involved in the entrepreneurship program as well as some student led social science independent studies. So, a little bit on the course itself, we're of course diving into the human experience, and this course does demand that you're curious about that, right? And I'm trying to work in a lot of career skills and perspectives that would extend beyond psychology, right, and even beyond medicine. I talk a lot about business and business management. I'm a business owner myself. I also talk quite a bit about social work, criminal justice, and issues in our community. Again, medicine and public health, and that would involve things even like the opioid crisis. And then there are several others. Even if you're an artist or you want to go into graphic design, we'll be talking through things that can really help you with that craft. You can see the growth areas below. Communication is key. And then when I really teach my students to write and read in a scientific manner, right? And that's a different process than what a lot of students are used to. I want my students to understand these patterns in human thought and behavior, thinking critically and creatively to solve problems in our communities, improving learning rate. So I want my students to be able to essentially learn more faster with less study time, and there are strategies to get there. And then applying these basic social science theories to solve problems in our community, be it poverty, be it addiction, or criminal justice issues. So here's the course overview with the first unit, mostly history and research. We'll also cover some basic theories of psychology, neuroscience, and the brain areas, neurochemistry, what these do. Nature nurture unit would include things like evolution, genetics, as well as how our culture influences the way we think, act, and believe. Developmental psychology, we're dealing with how the mind shifts and changes throughout the lifespan, beginning in the womb, all the way through elder care. In the fifth unit, sensation perception, talking about the eye and the ear, other senses, and how the mind works with that information as it comes in. For the sixth unit, we're talking about states of consciousness, sleep, dreams, hypnosis, as well as drug addiction, substance abuse, and how these are playing out in the opioid crisis. For the next unit, cognition intelligence, we're dealing with how we think, different types of intelligence, as well as how we best learn and store information in memory. And then in the eighth unit, how do we behave in groups, right? Where do emotions come from? Personality testing. In the ninth unit, disorders and clinical treatments for those disorders. So in this class, you're going to be taking a test or a large quiz at the end of each unit, and you should expect a semester one final exam that is cumulative, as well as a semester two final research paper following the AP exam, which does not count as part of your final grade in that AP exam. Each unit is going to consist of about 5 homework assignments. You'll always have a study guide and notes and articles to submit, on top of some other assignments that can come up. Every day we begin with extra credit opportunities through riddles and other brain puzzles to kind of get our brains warmed up and ready for the class. And you should expect homework to be about 2 to 2.5 hours each week. So as far as this course is concerned, I want my students to be able to understand themselves, right, and the world around them through more of a scientific lens, and to be able to articulate that clearly. And students who really struggle in my class, they typically are just missing from class quite often. They're turning in a lot of work late, or they're just missing work altogether. And then also, of course, being able to study well ahead of time for some of our larger tests or quizzes. So what I see students who are most successful in my class, right, they can read well, write fairly well, put up a good argument, and especially from that scientific perspective, which is new for a lot of students. Also, I have courses that overlap here. So if you're strong in biology, anatomy, history, sociology, AP Human Geography, or English, those are usually the students having the most success in my class. If you like psychology, you might also look at sociology and AP Human Geography as options to complement that. For the AP exam in psychology, you're going to have 100 multiple choice questions and then 2 free response questions, which are essentially essays, and then you'll have to deal with some sort of experimental study data where you're going to have to break that study down. And note that this exam is not mandatory, and you're looking for a score of 4 or 5. To get that requires usually about 4 to 5 hours of study preparation for somebody who's been around a B average on testing and quizzing throughout the year. So if you have any questions, you can reach out to me, jpetty@brebeuf.org. That's jpetty@brebeuf.org. Thanks for your time today.